Hello, my name is Zhatelier. Welcome back for another episode of Valhalla Vanguard in Aurora 4X. And in previous episode, well, we did a lot of research, got the better engine research going, and now I went a bit ahead, and now we got the first set of the engines, or the military engine research. Now I already went ahead and also had to design for the longboat 2 to have the better engine. It will have 1600 kilometers per second speed. It's not great, but it's a decent for the start. At least with this size of a ship, it's and I'm trying to put more focus on the sensor strength and such, rather than the speed. Right now, at least. Right, so that's set up. It's still fairly quick, at least. So we'll go and we'll start retooling the survey shipyard. Assuming that we can't build it there. I mean, it is quite a bit different. Longboat 2. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be done in March 31, and then it's probably gonna take about a year for us to build those. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna build ship components. We're gonna start building these engines already. We need 2 per ship, so we're gonna start by 10. Create that. We're gonna switch the naval shipyard down, and we're gonna put in the engines up. There we go. So we'll get the engines real quick, and we can then build the explorer ships, or the longboat 2s, a bit faster, and then we can get research or the surveying the jump points a lot quicker in this episode, because this episode I do plan on doing the survey. Now we got the fire control speed rating started. We got the thermal sensor sensitivity. Right, so what we could do actually is not necessarily for this level, but we could get the EM detection sensors. If we do them on size 1, that's actually considered commercial part, but anything else than the sensor size 1, then it's no longer commercial. But we could set up small sensors, which could technically be used even in the survey vessels, but right now I don't think it's necessary. Also, how good would this be right now? Let's see, if we wanted to do a missile active sensor, on size 1 we'd be able to spot the size 6 or smaller missiles only at 65,000 kilometers, which, considering that at least the precursor missiles usually go something like 27 to 30 something thousand kilometers per second, you might not even notice them when they hit you. So you'll want to have that a lot larger. So if we wanted to go for something like, I don't know, 300 kilometers at least, we'd have to have like size 5 technically. A little bit smaller could be useful, or could be done, but size 5 would be a nice and even number. And even then, the 300 kilometers is not that great. It's not that great. It can be useful, but it's just, there's a lot of things that can go wrong there. So I'm not going to worry about that. Also, the lasers. Let's have a look at the laser that we could do. It has a range of 30,000. How much does the railgun? I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have the tech research yet. And the Gauss cannon has oh, we don't have velocity research either. Never mind then. Never mind. We don't want to waste too much time on that right now. We just want to get the, well, basically the shipyard retool, and we can start producing the explorers. We'll pump out 5 of them, one after another. Okay, we completed the engine, so we can actually change the Knar design here a little bit. Get these engines off, and put these. We're gonna go with the 8 engines still. And then we're actually going to obsolete that component so that it doesn't show on the list. There we go, so we got this one designed. We don't have the cryogenic transports. No, we don't. We'll probably wait for that because, okay, well, the price for this one did go up quite a bit, but if we do it the way that we have the colony ship, and we retool the shipyard for the colony ship, it will be able to produce the freighters from the same shipyard without retooling, so that's why I'm going to do it that way. But once we get that, we can then, well, basically we can start shipping the automated mines, which is about time. We've been waiting maybe a bit too long with that. Research completed. We got the commercial nuclear pulse engine, and now we can start researching more of the power and propulsion things here. What we will do... We'll get that one. The lower engine size, especially in iron engine, it doesn't matter if it's a bit less engine power for the commercial, because that will mean that they will go even further, and that's going to make a huge difference. We're going to remove some of those research labs. Maybe let that go down to 3. We'll add one more for the logistics person, and then we started researching the turret tracking speed here again, which is going to be useful. Add one for the kinetics, and is there something still that we are not researching? Hold on, are we not researching the construction and production? I don't think we are. Oh, no. We are apparently run out of that. Oh, well, assign this one then. Get the storeroom harvester out at least. And then we might want to get the fuel production, for example, or maybe something else. We'll have a look at that later on. But now we got the research queued up again to some degree. So we'll be getting next research done in November. Also, we'll just get the time ticking again. I don't remember seeing the researcher die, but I suppose it died between the episodes probably. Okay, so we got the engines completed. And we started producing the naval shipyard again. Then we got the fuel storage research. We started on cryogenic transport. Let's actually quickly have a look. How long is it going to take? About a year. That might be a problem. Not a huge problem, but it's mostly just a delay. And then we got more automated mines queued up there. We are going to get another research lab this year. Well, next year technically, but within a year. Mostly because the construction rate is quite noticeable. But anyway, is there anything else that's going to happen right now? Well, the productions are going to happen mostly in... Well, other than the research lab, it's going to happen not next year, but the one after. And over here, we got some research happening next year, but it's April and July. Did we queue up any research for the pump? No, we didn't. Let's queue up something for that. For example, capacitor recharge rate is probably going to be useful. And then maybe max engine power, especially for missile engines. The more engine power you have, the better. And maybe for like fighters and such. I mean, military engines in general, you could use faster or higher power, but they use a lot more fuel, so it's a bit of a trade-off. If you have a huge fuel production but your ships cannot fight the enemies because they're too fast, then yeah, you need to increase the speed. But at the same time, if you have a low fuel production rate, then upping the fuel consumption might not be the best idea. So there's something to keep in mind. Hold on, we've got 13 research facilities right now. It's not too bad. Right, so actually the shipyard should be retooled in... Was that March? Yeah, I think it was. Not too far away from that. Then we'll get building the first Explore or Longboat 2. And again, I will rename the ships, individual ships after the years, and the classes I have quite a few of the classes already planned on what to call them, but there are some that will require names. But those are still pretty far away, so I can't really promise much about those. But if you want to have a ship named after you, just... Oh, retooling completed. Excellent. Now we'll start producing one of these. Now, let's see. How long does it take to build that? It's going to be done in November. Excellent. So with that, we might have that survey done in due time. And speaking of survey and in due time, we need to increase the maintenance facilities. Right now it's not a problem, but if we want to build the bigger ships, we do need it to be bigger. The bigger military ships, that is. The civilian ships don't require maintenance as such. But we'll add that to the list. And now we'll just keep the time ticking until we get the research done. Because that shouldn't be too far. There we go. So we've got the railgun. We started the railgun velocity, excellent. So we'll have a look at the range that they have. I still haven't checked it between the episodes. I tend to forget, so we'll just do it live. As in, we'll check the stats live, so at least the rest of you can also see that without having to go to the wiki. Right, we should be getting another research soon, shouldn't we? I think so. There we go. Inactive lab. So we built another... Oh, right. And we started the capacity research rate. Excellent. I think we'll increase the logistics research. Oh, we actually have a logistics researcher. I'm gonna cancel that then. Logistics. So we start the cryogenic transport. Create. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in... We are going to need the ship tractor beam, so that might be useful. At the same time, there are the engineering sections and such that would be useful. I'll actually put in the additional maintenance storage first, and then we'll put in the tractor beam, because that is quite essential for... We chose the wrong person. Bloody hell. There we go. That should be the correct. And then we'll have to queue up the things again, but at least the research will be done a bit quicker. In game time, that is. Get that, and maybe we'll get the smaller engineering section done. Because for the smaller ships, that is going to be useful. Right, I think I'll leave that be now. So defensive systems, we got the researcher here, but he has the same efficiency as the other guy. We're going to get another research done in October. And then we're going to get the Explorer build, or Longbow build in November 4th. We'll just keep on moving them, so we can send it off to research or survey the system, just so that we can then leave the system finally. We've been stuck here for a while. Right, so we should be getting the research rather soon. There we go, we got the cryogenic transport. We're going to started the additional maintenance storage. But what we're going to do now is we're going to copy this design and rename this to the colony ship. Or copyright it, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. Colony ship, there you are. Now then, we're going to have to take this one out. Luckily, the cryogenic transports don't take Actually, they take quite a bit of room, don't they? Hold on. No, they don't. Oh, the cargo hold is 500 and cryogenic transports are 50. Okay, yeah, I was comparing the wrong numbers there. So we're gonna go for 4 cryogenic transports, then we're gonna add in the commercial jump drive. I mean, technically, no, we'll probably add in a bit extra fuel, and that's about it. Oh, right, and we need to get all of the large ones out. Get first with very large ones, and then set in the large and the... There we go. So it's a fairly decent size. Now then, let's go for this one and redo the fuel storages as well. It should be right about there. So this one has 136 billion kilometers, and this one has a range of 200. So it's a lot bigger, but at the same time, it's probably better that way. I mean, yeah, they will be moving in tandem, but at the same time, if the other one runs out of fuel, then this one can refuel a little bit. Right, so if we have a look, yes, we will be able to build the freighters out of this. And yes, it's the first rank. I think this is a good design, already designed, so what we'll do is we'll retool this for the colony ship. There we go, and then we'll build a freighter. Add it there, and that will take a bit longer because we didn't build the engines beforehand. And stuff like that, but at the same time it's not the end of the world. A minor delay. There we go, we got the Explorer and... well, actually it's technically not the Explorer. Well, it is, but it's in the shipyard task group, but we can send it to the Explorer one, and then what we'll do, actually raise that to the 50%, just in case. I'd rather not risk it too much. And next 3 system locations. So it's gonna be the jump points only. Right, and I think that's set up correctly, so we'll just let the time run. Now it will take a few moments to survey these, but we didn't find anything here. Oh crap, I forgot something. We found a jump point. Well, good, because we are going to build another Explorer anyway. I forgot to put that into the queue right away. But we'll get that rather quickly. It'll be done in July. Well, it will give us a little bit of time to explore more of this, and perhaps we can send the other Explorer directly to the other system already. It's gonna even out at the top of the day and then at the 16th, so that the 5-day increments go nicely. But we have started the jump point survey now, which is about time. It took a fair bit here. But we did start a bit smaller than the usual would be, so that does limit a little bit. Right, so we got the railgun velocity, and now we started a ghost cannon launch velocity. Let's have a look at the railgun range. If I remember correctly, it's going to be like 15... no, it's 10,000 kilometers. Right, so the laser has 3 times range on at least the level 1. So the first level railgun is not necessarily the best for a turret, but you can have the railgun turrets for multi-purpose, like anti-missile and anti-fighter and so forth, because they shoot a lot of bullets. So it will be useful. The rate of fire is not as high as gauss cannons, but at the same time they will have longer range. But yeah, we will not be researching that right now. Let's just let the time roll. So there's 30 survey points on each system. Oh, we got the Sorghum Harvester researched. Excellent. Now then... probably gonna have to queue up something from here. Let's get the fuel production. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be useful in the long run. And since we got the Sorghum Harvester, actually... it is an option. I could start designing the fuel harvester, but I'll probably not do that today. I'll focus on getting the system surveyed, which is happening rather quickly because we do have the double sensors there, so it gets 2 points per hour, and each one of those takes, well, it takes a while, but hold on, so we should be getting the next Explorer pretty soon. Next month. We'll send that to the next system right away, actually. Okay, we got the commercial shipyard completed, so we'll start... I think we want to make those the tugs. Or maybe we want to make those the whalers. That is the Sorghum Harvesters. Yeah, we'll start increasing that to 50,000 ton capacity. It will take a while before it's there, so we got time to design the ship. Oh, we found the next survey point, so I think that is both of the points already, but I'm gonna do the survey complete, and then we'll send the other explorer through the jump point 1 already. Speaking of which, it should be completed pretty soon. There it is. So we're gonna detach this one, bring that to Explorer 2, set up the fueling reorder, because we don't have any fuel harvesters yet. Refueling a tanker is not really an option. I'm going to set the 5 system bodies and 3 system locations ready, and then we are just going to move through there. Standard transit. I think it's 5 days. Oh, 5 days is enough, and we found Munin, which... let's see, is there anything interesting here? If we take a look at the system... okay, there's a lot of planets. There's only one sun, or one star, that is. There's quite a bit of asteroids, and some comets and more asteroids, which means that... yeah, we can... hold on, there's some gas... there's quite a few gas giants here. So we might be able to get a lot out of this. Also, there's a Lagrange point here, which is basically, in terms of this game, it's just teleport. So from that point over there, which is probably a bit hard to see right now, but the orange dot there and the orange dot here are linked. They will rotate on their own, so they will change positions every now and then, or constantly basically, but at the same time you can jump back here, which allows surveying these, and potentially that one. But like ooh, this is a big one, isn't it? I think that is... let's zoom in a little bit. I think some of the planets here are way too far away, because that's 125 billion kilometers, just that. We won't probably even be able to reach that Lagrange point there, let alone the other ones. Is there... there's the comets there, and there was the... yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's the asteroids at least, so we can mine those, but there's no planets nearby the star. By the looks of it, not even any dwarf planets or anything like that. This is a bit tricky place, actually, but I'm sure that we'll find a way. And I mean, nothing else, we can at least mine the asteroids and the comets and all that. I wonder, did we didn't find anything here, but unfortunately we are actually out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description, but other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.